Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Let's rest here. While we are kept busy here, our little brains are kept busy with making sure that we use the right pronouns and we say the right thing and we are for inclusion, equity, and diversity. Since diversity is our strength, we didn't know that. Now we know it. And many other stupid cultural, social, ideological stupidities, including be kind, be this, inclusive, and tolerant, and all that love. But no, don't be strong, don't be tough, don't be smart. No, don't be courageous whatsoever, man. Be a victim. So, since we are, while they are giving us all this change of values, a lot of things happen on this planet that will affect us greatly, that we will be eating one another in about 10 years maybe. Why? Because they don't tell us. They don't want to make us aware of what's going on outside. They keep us around here. Hey, you insult me, you were unkind, you did this. And we are all like this at each other's throat here. They do their hanky-panky, and those guys over there definitely are gathering their forces. So, I don't know if you're familiar with BRICS, with Shanghai Cooperation Organization, with OPEC. Now, all these countries, including the Middle East, all these countries and these organizations get bigger and bigger and bigger. The United States ain't in any of those. The Europeans are not in any of those. So this little plantation here of the master, United States, with its between 30 and 40 weasels, vassal states, they are the ones who isolate the rest of the world, which is about three quarters. 193 countries, these guys are about 40. About that, all right, let's say, give and take, we're generous, okay? So they isolate everybody else. Really? I'm not going to talk with any of you, I isolate all of you. GG. We too, we isolated all the other 50,000 people. That's how these guys are jerking off in group masturbation, as I call it. So what happened now? South America is talking about having its own currency. So the dollar out. The Arab states, the OPEC, a lot of them started and talking about selling their oil not only in the dollar. Not good. Iran, Saudi Arabia, and other countries want to join BRICS. Not good. I'm talking not good for the United States and therefore for us. Those guys are getting together, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and Brazil, and Argentina, and Iran, and Morocco, I think it is, and many other countries are joining one side, including Turkey. I know these are all the bad dudes, but it seems like the bad dudes are more numerous than the good dudes. And we can't, what are we going to do? We can't win. We're going to try, like we try in Ukraine. So what happened now? Even Africa, the continent, not all of it, we have a few over there, I think a majority, are more inclined to jump on that boat than staying on this boat where they were kicked and punched in the face all these decades and more. So what happened now? Even Africa is talking about having its own currency. The dollar is out. So Russia Today, 31st of May 2023. Kenyan president backs Pan-African payment system. The nation's leader has proposed for the move as a step towards the de-dollarization of the continent. So let me think about Lula, Argentina, Venezuela, and a few others in South America doing the same thing. They want to use one currency, not the dollar. Africa is trying to do the same thing. Asia, which you have if you have China and India, you got about 3 billion people, give and take, And then you have what? Europe. Okay, they have their euro. Okay, so resources not in a dollar. So the Americans have to stop producing. The Europeans too. They can't just give greenbacks or the euros paper and put numbers in the computer. Here, another 200 millions. Give us a few nice shirts. How about this? How about you give us some socks? How about you give us some food? How about you give us some this? And we just give you numbers. And here you got it. Yeah. Hey, print some more, man. These guys are crazy about this. I don't know why. Well, what are you going to do? Nobody's going to take your services, you know what I mean? Or the massage on the wooden leg. Nobody's going to give you anything for that. They want products. You want a desk, you want a computer, you want a house, you want a car, you want all those. If you don't produce those, how in the hell are you going to get them? What are you going to give in exchange? I know what. Boom. Now are you going to give it to us? Yes. But if those guys are not alone anymore, and those guys are, let's say, part of the new club, you're not going to even start doing that. So what are we going to do? My God. Kenyan President William Ruto has called upon his African counterparts to move away from use of the US dollar in local payments. He made the remarks on Monday in Nairobi while addressing the African Private Sector Dialogue of the African Continental Free Trade Area. And I'm quoting, "We are all struggling to make payments for goods and services, especially services, from one country to another because of differences in currencies. And in the middle of all these, we are all subjected to a dollar environment," Ruto said. The president urged his counterparts on the continent to mobilize central and commercial banks to join the Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, PAPS. Oh, the double S at the end. Stay strong, stay smart. Launched in January 2022, the PAPS is a centralized payment and a settlement network for intra-African trade in goods and services. Dr. Tumi Bibi Senokoane, a professor of University of South Africa, told Russia Today that forming one currency for all of Africa is not an impossible task. Well, it's going to be a hard task because the guys with the dollar, they don't want to let you do that. So the idea, and I'm quoting, the idea behind the de-dollarization of the currency stems from the background that Africa wants to rely on its own currency in purchasing, exchanging of goods, and also in creating reserves for Africa as a continent. The idea is to find one common currency for Africa in that regard that will be used by the central banks in Africa. Hooray! Senokane said. So that's about it, my friends. So while we make sure we don't hurt one another's feelings here and our pussy don't hurt anymore, we call people the way they want to be called, and if they want to pretend to be something else and they identify with something else, you have to be very kind about that. You know, you stay home and you work by, you know, and all that. That's fine. Other people will work for you. That's fine. Why? Because we have the dollar. But if we don't have the dollar and the weapons, what are we going to do? See this hand? This is going to go in a movement up and down, long. Okay, so no, I'm going to do it. So you know exactly what I mean. These people keep us in the dark. Why? So they can lead, maneuver, whatever you want to do. Take care of us because we're babies, you know, and we need to take big. Daddy, mommy, can I go outside without the mask? Yeah, 5 minutes. Am I going to be safe? Can I get something? Can you give me something? It's going to be the 4th or 5th? 15th? Am I going to be safe? Yes. For now. For about 2 months, and then you need another one. Oh, shit. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth and be just. These guys are doing this voluntarily because they are scaredy cats. They are cowards. And if you don't know the limitations, if you didn't experience a real life and all you saw was a TV and watch movies and entertainment, you think that's reality, and you're not going to know the possibilities and impossibilities of certain statements and actions. Therefore, you're going to be afraid because they tell you to be afraid. If someone will tell you tomorrow that if a leaf, from a tree hits you, you're going to catch cancer, a lot of people will believe that. Just believe it. I guarantee you that they will believe that. Well, I know if they think that on Mondays, if it's raining, that has acid rain and you're going to melt, a lot of people will not get outside. I guarantee you that. Why? Because they don't know if that's true or not. Why? Because it's movies, entertainment, and anyway, reality for them changes according to their whims. If I want to be this, I want to do this. Things change. Reality changes the way I want it. This is the way we, strong people, used to think when we were, 4 years old, 5, 6, maybe 7, and then that's it. we got into real world and we realized, wait a second, it's not like that. But anyway, for some people, adults with child brains, who also have some of them power, a lot of them actually, they think that way. They're still afraid to say it because they could be mocked still by some of us. If we are not afraid, we're going to lose our jobs, obviously. But anyway, they're still afraid. But there will be a time when they will come out and say, well, this and that, without being afraid of being idiots. In the meantime, the other guys are forming a different civilization. Or they will continue, or, create something else. And we're going to be in this little, like worms on the carcass. All right, thank you very much for. And when the carcass is gone, what are we going to do? Lay in the sun and stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just, my friends. Do something about it.